Okay, guys, I'm back with 16-5, our next math lesson. We're almost done. We're in the final lap, I guess you could say. Almost done. So 16-5 is, Noah's looking at me like I'm crazy. Pictographs, different type of graph. This is a graph that uses pictures to display the information. And we're going to skip the front. If we were at school, we would do this, but we're not, so we can't. Because I don't have enough people to ask, and I'm sure you don't either, what your favorite subject is. Okay, so if we were at school, we could say, what's your favorite subject? And get the information and create our graph, but we can't. So, yay, we get to skip it. So turn it inside. And up here we see the tally chart shows the favorite ball games of Ms. Green's class. So favorite ball games, baseball, soccer, tennis. And look at this, how they have on the tally marks. After every 4, if you get another one, you put a seatbelt around a bundle, right? So you have a bundle of 5. And this is going to be very important that you do this, because I'll mark you wrong if it's not, because this is how you do it. And you have one of these on your test, and I've marked kids wrong in the past. So remember to do your tally marks right. You can show the same data in another way. You could choose a symbol that represents the data. So she's thinking the symbol will be a stick person, and each stick person represents one child. So that makes sense that they interviewed kids, so they made little stick figures, right? And so a pictograph uses pictures to show data. You can draw the symbols to show the data. So the baseball, it said there were 2 kids that voted for it, and look at, they drew 2 stick people to represent that. And then the soccer was 8, so they drew 8 stick figures to represent that one. And tennis was 4, so they drew 4. And down here, this is really important too. Pay attention to this, because kids get tricked up by this too, because they don't pay attention to the little details. It's the key, and the key to this graph tells you that each little stick figure means one child. Because sometimes if you get an object, it could stand for 2, it could stand for 10, it could stand for 100. It just depends on how much data you have to display. In this case, there wasn't a whole lot of data, so they just chose the key was 1 stick person stands for 1 kid, but sometimes it's going to be different. So the guided practice says, use the tally chart to complete the pictograph, then use the pictograph to solve the problems. So we have favorite colors here, blue, red, purple, and orange. We have tally marks here, 5 blue, 6 red, 3 purple, and 2 orange. So then they drew, look at our key. Each pencil equals 1 vote. So they drew a little pencil to represent the favorite colors. So for blue, and I'm just going to trace it, we have 5 of our little pencils, because there were 5 kids that chose blue as their favorite color. For red, I have a bundle of 5 and 1 extra, so I have 6. So we're going to draw 6 pencils, and you don't have to be artists to do this. They're just kind of like little crooked little lines here. It's not really a big deal, right? 6 red, 3 purple, so we're going to draw 3, and see how I'm keeping them lined up neatly. That's really important when you do graphs. So I guess I didn't really do those great, but it's really important to try to keep them lined up like they did up here for the people. And then orange, there's 2. So, and then look at, now that I'm done creating my pictograph from my table, I'm going to answer some questions about it, just like I did with my line plots and my bar graphs and any other graph I have. We can answer questions about it. How many children like blue the best? If I look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know it's 5 because each pencil means 1 vote. Which color do the most children like? So on this one, just like a bar graph, you would look at which one is longer. But in this case, like, they didn't draw these out very neatly, and neither did I. So, but we can see that the most objects are on red. And which color do the fewest children like? So which one has the fewest pencils? Orange. Okay. How are the tally chart and the pictograph for exercises 1 through 3 similar? So this compared to this, how are they similar? Well, they're both displaying the same information, just in a different way, right? They both show the same info. I'm going to abbreviate information, info. All right, on the independent practice, use the tally chart to complete the pictograph, then use the pictograph to solve problems. Okay, look at this one. This one's really important. The key says each stick person means 2 votes. So you have to do some math here. You need to think about how many stick people you have to draw for each category. So they did favorite seasons, spring, summer, fall, winter. For spring, 4 people chose spring. So how many stick people do I need to draw? If each stick person means 2 votes, and if you can't figure it out by dividing, because some of us haven't gotten that far yet, that's okay. You can count by 2s, because you guys can all do that. So how many 2s does it take to get to 4? 2, 4. So it takes 2 2s to get to 4. So I know I'm going to draw 2 stick people. 2, 4. Okay. Summer. Ooh, there's a lot that shows summer. I think that's mine too. 5 plus 5 is 10. So how many 2s does it take to get to 10? I can count by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So it takes 5 2s to get to 10. So I'm going to draw 5 stick people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I kind of tried to line these ones up better than the pencils on the other page. For fall, I have a group of 5 and 1 extra, so I have 6. So how many groups of 2 to get to 6? 2, 4, 6. So it's 2, 4, 6. That's 3 groups of 2. Or 6 divided by 2 makes 3, right? If we can think of the division on that. And then for winter, it's only 2 kids. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. How many groups of 2 to get to 2? 1 group, just 2. If I count by 2s, I'm only doing it 1 time, so 1 person. So now I have to answer the questions, but don't let that fool you. Remember, each person means 2. Don't let it fool you. How many children like fall best? 2, 4, 6. Which season do the fewest children like? Huh, that's easy to see. Winter. I'm not a fan of winter either. Ugh. And which season do the most children like? That one's easy to see. It has the most little people there on our picture graph. Summer. All right, look at the picture graph for exercises 4 through 6. If 8 children chose fall, how many symbols would be shown? Well, if 8 chose, I know 6 did, so 2, 4, 6. If 8 chose, I'd put 1 more person, wouldn't I? So 4. I would have 4 symbols. All right. On the back, use a tally chart to complete the picture graph. Use the picture graph to solve the problems below. Bob made a tally chart to show the trees in a park. And important, look at your key before you make your picture graph. Each tree equals 1 tree. So we're going to be drawing a lot of trees, folks. All right, birch. I have 3 tally marks. So I'm going to draw 3 trees. And then oak is a bundle of 5 and 1 more, so 6. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trees there. For maple, I have a bundle of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And pine, I have 1, 2. There, that one is a lot nicer. My trees almost look like sheep. Oh well, they're pretty cute. They look like sheep. I like it. So how many oak trees are in the park? If I look at oak, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 oaky sheep. Which type of tree is the least? Is there the least of in the park? I can't see because all my stick people soaked through. So what type of tree is there the least of in the park? Well, I can look. There's only 2 on pine, so I know that's the least. So that's D. And then this one says draw a picture graph to show the data. Milk, juice, water. So if I'm going to draw a pictograph, I need to make sure I have a title. And it's the same title as I used over here for the table, so it's favorite drink. And then I make my graph. There's 3 categories. And then I'm going to put my categories here: milk, juice, water, and I know that each cup equals 1 vote. So milk had 3, so I'm going to draw 3 cups. Mine just look like squares. Juice, 1, 2, 3, 4. And water, 1. And then we could ask questions about this, couldn't we? How many people chose milk as their favorite drink? How many more people chose juice than water as their favorite drink? What drink was the least popular? So we can answer a lot of questions about this graph. Okay, so now that you're done with this, go ahead and do the worksheet. It should be easy peasy for you again. And you know what? Since my trees look like sheep, I think that's a good code word. Sheep. Sheep. Put that on top of your paper for an extra point. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.